All right, so it's day 5 of 3131, and it's still Kaiju Fest. And originally, I was just going to go straight into the next Godzilla film, but I decided, you know what, because I need to fill a couple dates, because out of all of them I have, there's like 29, so we still have a good, well, 2 films. And I might skip a Godzilla film or not, but why not, before we get into the next one, let's do Mothra. So I watched Mothra, or as they go in the film, Masura. That you know the Mothra song. So Mothra is like this weird kind of like film in general. It's still very entertaining. I really did enjoy it still. Little slow, starts off a lot more funny, but then it kind of goes into this, look, it's a cat. Into this like morality type thing with Mothra, because if you don't know the story, they go to this island, right? There's a reporter that's all about getting, the paper and blah 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 blah, and so he sneaks onto a ship where they're gonna go explore this island in the Polynesians, and he decides, he gets to go along. They go to the island, and that happens to be, where Mothra is, but they don't discover Mothra right away. They discover some stuff in the ground, one of the other characters does. And then they find these 2 little girls. When I mean little, I mean little, like poquito, like that. And so they go and one of the guys that's with him tries to snatch him because he thinks that he can get. One guy even says he's like an art dealer, like one of those art thieves where they steal the art and then they sell it on the black market or wherever it is. So he wants to take the girls. They convince the guy not to take girls. And let me tell you, the island's a little kind of nasty. It's got some blood-sucking plants and all those other things. And the little things that are on their shoulders are actually what attract the girls because of the sounds that it makes. So they all leave with that intent, but that guy comes back, of course, and steals the girls and puts them on display to make money with. And that's where the island natives, they basically call on the power of Mothra to go and rescue the girls. So Mothra actually is not really a bad guy. And I always forget that it's a she, too. Like, I always, for some reason, think most kaijus are he's, but that's just probably me. But, she goes on a rampage, in parts of Japan and wherever this Newkirk Island is. Makes me think of Newark, which is by here, and also in, New York. So Mothra really is just trying to get the girls back. And that's why she's attacking. That's why she's doing what she's doing. And there really is no, Godzilla is like this unstoppable force of nature that he's man-created, awoken because of radiation, and they want to stop him, basically so he doesn't destroy everything. Where Mothra really only is here though she destroys a ton of shit. Let me tell you, she destroys tons of cities and everything like that. And again, the effects still look pretty good because everything's pretty practical. Mothra looks fantastic. Still looks fantastic nowadays, even when I look back at it. So colorful and really well done and kind of creepy at the same time. The only time I had a problem with it was when they got the girls to go back to Mothra, and one scene she looked bigger than she did in the other scene. So that was kind of weird. But in general, it's still a very enjoyable film. So, there's not a whole lot else to say about it other than, it is, like I said, it's slow. It's one of the longest ones that I've seen so far, at 1 hour and 40 minutes for something from 1961, I believe. So it's crazy to think that this movie was that long back then, when most of the other movies about 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is, I think, a pretty good runtime. But there is no, kaijus fighting kaijus. Again, it's all, useless military things trying to attack Mothra and all that other fun stuff. So what do I rate this? Well, I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 singing tiny Polynesian girls, because it's still really entertaining. I think you'll still enjoy it, even if it gets a little slow at times. So take a look, and we'll be back again tomorrow to continue the Kaiju Fest. I believe tomorrow actually is going to be Godzilla versus Mothra. So see you then.